Hey there team, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to Total War Warhammer 3. This is very exciting. I've been sitting on this for a week. I've been playing it a little bit as well. Long and short of it, it's really, really good. If you're already a sweaty sort of, I'm gonna buy this automatically because I'm into the first two, and I don't know what I can tell you. It's not terrible. You might find it to be a slight step back because the Mortal Realms, or I think it's called Immortal Realms in this version, isn't implemented yet, which for newcomers, that's where it basically jams all the maps together from all three games and all the factions and everything. It's basically the bread and butter of Warhammer 2, so that's not out yet. I think that's still many weeks away. It has the main campaign, which is a totally new region in this Chaos Wastes, 8 factions, 5 of which are chaos, so maybe that will miff you if it's stacked that way, but it's tighter UI, just a cleaner presentation and a cleaner game, and a lot more narrative elements even in the campaign as well. So more of the same, but if you were worried about that, you were probably already going to get it. More importantly, if you haven't played these games before, it's actually a really good vector to pick that up now. I would argue that's the real strength of this one, is the prologue. I've played through the prologue, and I'm thinking I'll play through it again on the channel here. We'll see how we go, right? I will show you some of the campaign stuff before we hit the ground running, but the prologue is incredibly narrative heavy. It does drip feed it in a pseudo tutorial but quite engaging story. So it's great for newcomers because I can understand if you've never played any of these before, but you know there's a lot of hype behind it, you'd be very apprehensive to come in. So that's my sort of, there's Scarlet's review, basically. More of the same for veterans, but for newcomers, best entry in the series to get a new bloke in the door, basically. New campaign, I'll just click here to sort of show you. We can skip this, but it is interesting that the narrative is following the sort of prophet advisor from the previous two games very heavily. He's almost become the main character in his sort of quest to unshackle himself from this tome of knowledge. It's kind of cool. It's interesting. It's very clever in the writer's room to come up with this narrative through line that would actually make the third game more narrative heavy based on stuff already established. Anyway, Demons of Chaos, Kislev, these are your sort of starting teams. It recommends them as a good stepping off. Also, interestingly, here we have achievement locked characters also, which is kind of cool. So these guys play like normal humans. Demon of Chaos is the one where you can have a custom dude and call him Gronk, which we would, and you can sort of align, because it's Chaos Undivided, you can choose who to align with each faction. So actually, I really like this faction. This is probably what we'll play after the prologue, to be perfectly honest. It also, all of this is tied quite into the story events as sort of a, dare I say, like a cataclysmic event in the prologue. I haven't been following other channels and other press releases, so I don't know how much is common knowledge out there, but by the end of the prologue, all of this segues into the main campaign really well. Grand Cathay is this new race that's been totally added. I'm not sure, maybe they're in the tabletop these days, and it seems to me that it's going for that sort of China audience from what I understand. And I haven't played them yet, but their mechanics about sending wealth away appeals to me because I often become a trade demon in these games. And Ogre Kingdoms, there's a lot of people who are really keen to get around them, and they're very memey. I mean, have a look at this dickhead. This big fat goose with a crown, and they're all about eating everything. And then you've got this dude with two bloody... So average PlayStation gamer with those controller hands. But they're okay. I mean, very much focused on meat and mercenary work, and it's okay. And then here you actually have the dedicated specific chaos teams, right? And Sinchu's, I tend to lean towards Sinch or Nurgle. I don't really care for this weird, sexy Slanesh shit. Corn's alright, blood for the blood god, milk for the cornflakes. But I quite like the pink horrors and that sort of thing. I don't know if you can see. They've got blue and pink horrors added in now. Here you go, look at them. Yeah, you bastards. I always like them on the tabletop. They're interesting. I'm not a big Chaos fan anyway. So a little bit of a lengthy intro, but I thought, hey, I'll give you some broad strokes if that's what you came here to find out. But the prologue, I find the prologue really interesting. It's very much Warcraft 3 vibes. It's small scale as well. It gives me a bit of big Arthas sort of vibe, which I wasn't expecting. So this is where we're going to kick on. So a little bit of preamble. I apologize, but I think it was necessary. I'm not exactly reviewing this game, but there's a lot going on here, all right? So your adventure begins here, the Lost God. Urson, the bear god of Kislev, is silent, and Urson's at the center of everything in this. Without the great bear's benevolence, the motherland freezes and its people suffer. Become the Kislevite prince sent north by the Ice Queen on the ultimate quest. And it gives you an idea that, you know, engaging narrative, that sort of thing. Right, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Again, like I said, I have, you know, full disclosure, I already played through this prologue and I actually got really involved and really enjoyed it. So this isn't the first time me seeing it, but I think it's worth putting it up on the channel and that. I think a lot of other people are probably going to jump into the main campaign first on their channels. I'm more interested in showing this to newer people because I'm not a Total War channel, and people watching this may well be looking at this for the first time from Total War and they find it very intimidating. Trust me, if I can figure it out, and I'm fucking stupid, then you can figure it out.
Kislev, our motherland, is dying. The dark winter devours our fairer seasons. It has been custom for our god, Urson, the great bear, to break each winter with his roar.
It's pretty Chad
God.
God.
7 long years, he has fallen into silence. And so the ice thickens. Our prayers go unanswered. The people suffer. The Queen has sent me to investigate, to lead an expedition in search of Urson. I am to make contact with our northernmost outpost, Dervingar.
Right.
It was there, on the edge of the Chaos Wastes, our god's voice was last heard.
80 leagues from Dervingard. Roger. Oh, the music's suitable. Very old school Russia.
Dead outnumber the living. We are lost. We are alone.
Your orders, Prince Yuri.
Fuel for the fires.
Look at that Chad stash.
Extra rations for the wounded.
Sir, this expedition has failed. We must turn south, head back to Kislev.
But we've come so far. We push north, find Dervingard.
It's madness! We cannot survive wandering the Chaos Wastes like beggars!
Yuri, brother, we must not abandon our duty. The people of Kislev depend on us.
You'll have my decision by dawn. Urson, each day I pray, but you do not answer. This is our darkest night. Can you not see Kislev suffering? Help us. Show me a sign. Answer me!
Oh, no love, mate.
Then Kislev is lost.
Son of Kislev,
Ooh.
I answer in my time of need.
Urson,
I wake in darkness, bound in shadow.
guide me. I can save you.
I am weak, so you alone shall hear my voice. I will lead you to Dervingard. Your first step to finding me. Follow my voice.
Oh, well, there we go. We got a quest from God.
We move north.
It's basically the Blues Brothers. Looks good. I like it. I mean, yeah, I can understand the theme might not be for everyone.
Yuri,
Journey
you have led
north
your
and
kin
find a
to
shelter.
the mountain pass.
So there you go, look at
Yuri,
this. Like I said, it's
what are your
almost
orders?
Warcraft level.
North.
Small
Find
scale.
shelter.
Alright.
Yuri, of the
A lot of the
unknown.
UI elements are limited as well. Press this button to display advice. So it is very good
We move north.
at drip feeding the information. Spa shows how far you can move. Cool.
I heard
And this is the end turn button. Roger. Move, end
Yes.
turn.
We should be cautious. Darkness covers this land.
Yes.
influence of chaos. The further north we travel, the stronger it becomes.
Yeah. It's not good. Got missions here. Information here. Journey north and find shelter. Very cool. And then the mission tracks over here when you pin it. Okay, I understand.
We are not done yet. The bear god shows us the way.
We found supplies in the snow. From Dervingard.
Dervingard. How
Dervingard.
did they get here?
Someone left in a hurry. Carried what they could.
We thank Urson. They will be needed.
So this is our income treasury, which I don't know if it's usually barrels. But like, it's usually coins, I'm pretty sure, but whatever. Maybe for the sake of this story, that's how it is. That's
Ready to
fine.
pursue.
Can I spacebar? Oh no, spacebar gives me UI. That's cool. Let's just end
The
there.
soldiers are ready. Give the order.
Alright, maybe I will.
Move north.
We move north. Keep moving north,
Follow
alright.
me, Uncles.
We can do that.
Up ahead. Some kind of shelter.
Ah,
Send word, Garrick. We rest there.
yes. We rest
Trust
there.
me.
Kislev Refuge. So this is an abandoned settlement, and then we can occupy it and turn it into an active settlement.
You have found respite. Together,
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there,
Cold
sir.
bites deep. The shelter is not enough.
Build a camp. Then we can rest.
Right. Alright, build a Kislev camp. We can do that. So we're going
We
to click
are
on
the
this,
edge of chaos.
and we can just build it to there. And it's limited by growth and money, you can
Build
see
the
there, like for
Kislev
example
camp.
that next one, which is very, I don't know, like Civ in a way, like
The order
population
has been
levels.
given.
So
But the
jamming
camp
up
will take
growth, I
time.
find, is a pretty sensible maneuver if you can afford to do it. Everyone's different, right? And again, I'm not some legendary level sweat
The camp
with
protects
thousands
us.
of hours, but I find
But
putting
what of our
growth as a
supplies?
priority is usually a pretty good
Keep
move.
them safe. Build a storehouse.
Build a storehouse, he says. Roger.
Yes?
So at camp level 1, we've got one other auxiliary slot open, and you can see this particular settlement can go all the way up to camp level 3, and that's what you can see here. This building could hypothetically go
soldiers
to
are
level
waiting to
5,
build the
but it will be
storehouse.
capped by the size of this place. Anyway, this is the only option we have, which is the storehouse, which generates more money. So we'll bend that, build that. Build it like Beckham.
The storehouse is ready. The supplies are safe.
Yes. Very good. Very good. New building increases the amount of income, right? There is our income at the top, and that's our total, right? So at this point, we've got the money to upgrade, we just don't have the growth. And I don't know, we don't have the UI element explaining growth yet. Select your Lord's banner. I can do that.
Are you listening?
In Kislev and move north. All right, cool.
Go north.
Off we go.
We searched for our kin fleeing south.
Cool little splash, eh?
Found them traveling the hidden
See what he has
trails
to
to
say.
avoid open ground. Some had left Dervingard. They said the stronghold had fallen, and its commander, the boyar Slavin Kearns, had abandoned his post. Yet others fled from a smaller fort they called the Beacon. They spoke of a tribal chief who thirsted for bloodshed. Skolden, the wolf of Dervingard.
Right. Do we save the innocent, or do we punish the wolf? Hurry to punish the tribal chief. I don't know, maybe we save the innocent. That sounds like a good idea. I like that it doesn't give it away. Savior. What's that do? Leadership +3. Okay.
Fight at the
Cool.
Beacon. Save who we can.
I think it's still ultimately quite linear, but it's cool that there's sort of, I guess, little decisions in there to add a bit of flavour. You know? No one was really asking for it with this game, but hey, happy to have a few extra frills. You can equip stuff to your dude, treats him, these days they're more like an RPG character, your generals. So we've got Kislevite armor, which we've equipped there, and we have ancillaries with an orthodoxy pastor, which will give us an increase to leadership to our army. So now we've equipped that. So you trick your dude out with all the bits and bobs.
I see the beacon.
You see what I mean? It feels more like a, like I said, like a
the flag of the wolf.
Warcraft game.
Must be Skolden.
Alright, well, I guess let's, you selected.
Prince Yuri.
Let's bash this dude. Alright, mate, you wanna give me a red hot, do you?
Draws near. Our soldiers are ready.
So this is what our army is, which is
We
nothing.
see the enemy. The wolf leads an army of Northmen.
Jesus Christ. That's a big
We're
army.
eager to fight.
But,
Bring us to battle.
Yeah, obviously it's a scenario rigged
Beacon is
story.
under attack.
You would never pick this fight in a million years.
Our army is small.
Yes.
We can sway the battle if we are as wise as Urson.
Yes.
We approach from the south, while Skolden's Northmen assault the barricades. Their backs are to us. We should take advantage.
Very good. The old rear entry position. All over that one. Oh, we'll give it a chance to load in. Now, this is a bit of a... I don't want to say it's a fatal flaw, but you could call it a quirk of these games, is that you've got the overworld map and then you've got this battle on this level. But I'm telling you now, the load times, even with a good rig, that are significant. And each game obviously pushes the engine, which pushes out the load time. So even if you keep pace with technology, going into every single battle... God, they look cool, don't they? It becomes a pain.
Show these cowardly dogs what that means. They hunger for blood. Let them taste cold steel.
Larry is a pretty cool looking dude.
The beacon is under attack.
Let's have a look at our boys. Look at them. Lads. What's going on? Me and the boys. I like that they've got mixed shields. That one says Kislev. Fuck yeah. Oh, and I've clicked off the screen. That's really not great. It'd be good if the mouse would lock to the... maybe I'll look at that option. Alright, what do I want to do? Move Wazda, survey the battlefield. Alright, we're going to have a look at their army. Oops, no, I'm going to put the camera in a ditch. Look at those bloody gats. Look at that dude! Oh, they're my kind of blokes. Yes, just barbarians, hard boys.
Wolf reveals himself.
Cannons fire upon the defenders. When the barrage is over, his warriors will attack.
Oh, look at them, they're firing bloody skulls! That seems excessive. Oh, butts.
Yuri,
I wouldn't be excited
defenders
about
need
being in
our
that
help.
formation.
We must reach them. What's that? There, in the trees.
Oh. Friends or enemies?
An army. Those are Kislev colors.
Oh, good.
They're allies.
Got some spear boys. Got some arrow boys.
We must advance and combine our strength.
It's a good idea.
Select your own unit in order to rejoin your forces.
Alright, I got him.
Now issue a move order towards your troops. The soldiers are
down
assembled
here.
and await your arrival.
Little Yuri. Get your little legs on, Yuri.
Your place is amongst the warriors.
Yes,
Your
correct.
presence grants them courage before the enemy.
Yeah, so you have a leadership aura, which is good because dudes crack. Alright, we're gonna cancel that.
Proceed into the valley. Select your entire army so any order is given to all.
Let's just go marching together. Off we go,
Order
boys.
your units forward. Our allies have not gone far.
Look at them go! Off to the races,
Soldiers
boys!
advance. Take this time to practice maneuvering. Remember, orders are issued only to selected units.
Onward!
Mate, got their little fur coats. Little bullet helmets. Mate. I see an army of absolute badasses. So yeah, we've only got 3 units, but your army cap is 20. So imagine just 20 of those.
Our allies fire down upon Skalden's army.
Look at these scrappy
forces
scumbags. Absolute grubs.
The allies are threatened from the rear.
Oh no!
Up close, their bows are no match for swords and spears.
I just love how this, like, obviously this is tutorial, so it's ultra heavy on the narrative.
We must hurry
But I love
to
it.
their aid.
Let's go, boys. Let's get in there. Let's get in there.
At the forefront.
Step it out. Get your legs on. What's going on here? Holy shit, look at that. They got some very long sticks. Oh, it's bloody boys. Oh, Jesus. Now, oh, we have them dead to rights.
Draw your weapons. Turn the tide of battle.
Oh, look at that. We need to deal with that. I'm going to send this squad out there to give the archers a bit of a fair go. I'm going to send you in the back, and then you right in there as well.
They have their backs to us.
Yeah, they do.
A fatal mistake.
Oh, it won't let me attack them. Nah, the game's like, no, you're charging in. Whatever. We could go around and try and hit the flank, because the rear and flank have sort of different stats and bonuses. Yeah, get stuck in, boys. So above them is their health bar, and the white is their morale. So these guys' morale is not really wavering, but they are getting dumpstered. We're doing the damage. And you can see down the bottom as well, I use this the most actually, these little markers. It says in melee, and yellow means even, or, you know, orange. So you want green if you can help it, and if there's red, then you probably want to try and help those dudes. You can't really pull out of a fight unless you cav. If you do, it's a great way to get dumpstered. So it's sort of like, at least when I play it, I've found putting the dudes in, it's a one-way ticket. You know, once you put the dude in the fight, you have to commit.
The cannons rain death. They must be destroyed.
So just sending your whole blob in is actually not very useful. And it's a good way to lose a battle, and when you get impatient, maybe you're winning and you're trying to mop up the dudes at the end and you just start blob moving, I find you can actually lose fights doing that, and I've done that in the past. Can I make you into a unit? I can't.
If we are to save the beacon.
Alright, we're going to put skirmish mode on. Though, see, they're bow and axe infantry. That's why they don't have default skirmish on. Because they actually have the capacity to... Can I get more stat line? No. Yeah, skirmish mode makes it so that they try and retreat when infantry are closing on them. But maybe I will turn it off, actually. You know, it was off by default.
Order the infantry to form a line facing the enemy.
Yeah, so we want to do
remain behind
like
the line to
that.
protect them.
Well, it's not letting me build a formation, so let's put the archers back like this, and put these guys like that. All you do is right click and drag.
Taking position.
And you can see the range on your shooters. So we're just out of range there. If we go and get in range, that'll probably provoke them into moving. Meanwhile, my dudes are getting shot at and they're just standing there taking it. Like the giga chads that they are. Here we go. So, surely you start flinging. Oh, we must be just out of range. Okay, that's fine. Let's bring our little line up closer a bit. We'll do the same with our archers. What do they got though? Geez, they've got a cannon looking at us as well. Bit troubling. I don't have fire at will on. Right, I must have turned. I turned fire at will off, and yeah, okay. We'll turn skirmish off and fire at will back on. That's much better. So now the boys be firing away. Look at them go. Yeah, the boys. Let them bloody have it. And I'm not sure who specifically they're shooting. Oh, they're mangling these blokes. Look at that. That's right, just stand there and take it, lads. See you, mates. Look, and now they're wavering. Their banner flashing is a morale thing, and now they're routed, and that's a irreversible rout. With the skull against it, means that's it. That unit is out of the game now for good. Mate, if they're just going to stand there and take it, their cannons aren't firing or anything like that. I must be just out of range of them. So this is a good example, even though it's a small scale, of why you got to bring as much of the rocks, paper, scissors, interplay units to the field as possible, right? Because you got large monsters, and then you got anti-large infantry like axemen. You got armor and armor piercing, all these sort of interplays. Right? What are they doing? Their thing's on fire. What's that about? Oh wow, they've been turned into demons or some bullshit. Oh, they're bloodletters. They already are. Look at that. So this is the default general demon troop for Khorne. All right. Probably safe to say we can get in there.
Come, Mongols!
Yeah, they don't like what's happening.
Slay them!
Keep the enemy in front of you. Do not let yourself become surrounded.
Enemies, die!
They'll probably break immediately. Yeah.
Comrades of the bear! Taking points!
Now, I know I said don't do it.
Orson's claw!
We could probably blob attack at this point. Look at these cannons, man. They do like bloody donuts through your dudes. Oh, it's so good. It's got a couple of little demons up there on top of it. Go on then. Here we go. Fucking meow. Oh, it's so good. Alright. All dead. All gone.
The cannons are destroyed.
Yep.
Yet Skoldin's army still attacks the beacon.
Hmm.
They're vulnerable from
Jesus, look at
behind.
that giant.
Strike now while they're engaged.
Where? My God! Yuri Barco.
So let's start setting this up. Could probably do my archers like that, something like that, you know? That seems like a good place to start. See if we can crunch them on the side there. Though I guess straight in to try and really envelop. Yeah, we want to go straight in with our infantry. And you can see the exclamation above it. Red means do not attack the giant with these dudes. But that means, yeah, that's good. Chances are I win that fight.
Kislev's vengeance! Motherland's finest! They die! Mongol prince!
There we go. They're firing. Mate, big rear hit. It's going to really mess their day up. Oh, what happened there? Oh, we must have engaged on the end. That's why the charge stopped. So these guys are getting well stuck in. And you can mass over them and see where they're at. Yeah, get fired up, mate.
Yuri! You are Prince of Kislev. Let your kinsmen hear you.
So you click the Lord, and he's got this ability, and you can unlock a whole bunch of them. But there you go, melee attack and leadership up. So all the dudes that get affected in the radius are basically just going to rip into the enemy. Plus 20 melee attack is pretty significant. You've got melee damage and melee attack as sort of separate lines. These dudes are melting. There's their general.
Orson's call. Obey the orthodoxy.
See if we can just blob the general. Oh, someone killed the giant. Down he goes.
They are dead or scattered. They flee the field.
Well, their general's running.
We are the bear's wrath.
And the whole army's collapsed, basically. They're just routed, full stop.
Still live.
Look at him. Oh, look at that. Des and Troy, his little puppies.
The beacon is safe. Many lives have been spared. The survivors look to me for leadership.
Yeah.
I will need them, for the wolf still lurks in the shadows.
Well. So it is. Who's this chap in the bloody gold armor? Look at that. Nice. Get dumpstered. These dudes literally killed no one. My archers killed literally hundreds
We hold
apiece.
captives. Their fate is mine to decide.
Gross.
I pray for Urson's guidance.
Righto. What do we do? Choose what to do with the captives. Replenish the units or treasury. We'll go with replenishment. We're not really using money, so it probably makes sense because your health bars have to
Are spared
be
from the wolf's
replenished.
vicious pack. The beacon is under our control.
Yeah,
A sanctuary in the cold, harsh wastes.
correct.
But this is not Dervingard.
No. Okay, you talk too slow, mate. Can't do it. Got a cartographer. If we equip him, that will increase our speed.
A great victory, brother.
Yes,
The survivors swear allegiance.
you'd bloody hope
We will
so.
aid our search for Urson. Those with the heart to fight, let them join us.
You're not wrong. Select Prince Yuri. Now, the question is, can we save? Yes, we can. So you can see all the menus and that have changed as well. So there you go. A little bit of a touch in on Total War Warhammer 3. Warhammer 3 is whatever I call it. So yeah, I'm happy to keep playing this prologue, and you know, if you guys are interested, you got to let me know because I'm happy to turn it into a longer play. And then following that, we would segue into one of the main campaigns. And you know, if there is interest there, I'm happy to play through it because it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. And the sort of cinematic battling and all that, I can skip over them when I play on my own because you're just gaming. But when I'm talking on the microphone and making a video and all that, I get much more engaged in playing the battles down in the mud. And so, yeah, I'd be happy to share that. Anyway, no need to waffle. Team, thanks again for joining me. I might just leave it there for the time being and I'll catch you guys on the next one.